This is Nate here with the Pit. We're here with Ryan of Miss May I. How's it going, man?
It's good, man. It's number 2 for us.
Show number 2?
Yeah.
All right. How's the show's been so far?
This is number 3. My bad. It's been good. We chose areas close to home. We used to play when we were on our way up. We wanted to just do something where we could do all the cool, small, no barricade style shows.
For sure.
So we did Chicago, we did Grand Rapids yesterday, and now we're here today.
All right. Yeah, you guys actually had some promotion going on that said up close and personal, and so what was the kind of idea behind wanting to have more intimate, kind of up close and personal shows?
We spent a lot of the last half of pretty much the entire record cycle on At Heart was full of these really cool big support runs for us where we would play with, whether it started off with Warped Tour, that's the first tour we did to kick off the record, and then all the way through, we were doing really big room kind of things, which was new for our band because up until 2012 that was just not something that happened to us. So we wanted to come back and do these small rooms and get that vibe back for some of the old school fans, and also to give the new fans that have only seen us in that environment the chance to see how the band came up.
Yeah, because I actually remember I saw you guys with Silverstein and Bullet for a Pretty Boy in the Chariot at the Loft in Lansing.
Yeah.
And that was just as Monument had came out.
Yeah.
And that was just absolutely wild.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we actually played the room we're playing tonight with I Wrestled the Bear once all the way back in 2000.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, a lot of these places that we're playing are places that we had the opportunity to play on the way up, so it's cool to. And now that we're releasing this record that is supposed to be our biggest record, yada yada, all that stuff aside, it's cool that 4 years, 4 hours in, we can still go back and enjoy the kind of shows.
Kind of go back to where you started. So kind of on the opposite side of the smaller venues, this summer is going to be really big for you guys. You guys got Rock on the Range lined up. You're going to be doing the whole summer on Mayhem. How does it feel to be doing these huge festivals and touring with such big bands?
It's cool because our band still has the polar opposite type shows. Like we're doing these kind of shows here. We'll do shows like this in the UK pretty frequently where it's like 200 kind of bar venues that are really cool. But then, like you said, we've got the opportunity to do stuff like Rock on the Range. We've always wanted to do it, being from Dayton, so
it's a hometown show.
It's really close to us, and it's cool to finally be on it. And this time, when we're on it, it's not even like a tour where we've never played with anyone. So many of our friends are on it that day, bands that have taken us on tour.
Yeah,
so.
like a Mice and Man.
Yeah.
We Came as Romans.
Trivium.
Yeah, Trivium.
Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
Which is another one that you never would have thought that our band could have toured with, but last year was a crazy year. So.
Oh yeah. So you guys actually just released your new album, Rise of the Lion. That album was made with Terry Date, who's produced Deftones, White Zombie. Like, how was it working with him?
It was great. We actually didn't meet him until the first day of recording.
Okay.
We wrote the record at home in Dayton at a studio, had the whole thing finished pretty much before we showed up, at least writing-wise. So when we showed up, it was much less of a sit and write the songs kind of deal. It was get right to work.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got things started and began working, it became clear to us that it was going to be about taking the songs that we wrote and making them sound the best that they can, rather than having to work in the studio to write the record.
Yeah.
There was much more time focused on detail than, you finish a song, you track the song, and that's probably the final draft because you're out of time.
Yeah.
That was a big thing with him. He had a really awesome schedule for us, and he also could fill any downtime with the coolest stories you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, he's recorded every cool person you can think of that is in the metal band. He's recorded or knows them, one or the other. Even if he hasn't worked with them, he probably is buddies with them.
Are there any cool stories that he told you guys?
Oh, so many. I mean, he recorded Limp Bizkit. He recorded Slipknot, Deftones, White Zombie, Soundgarden. All of my rock heroes are people that he was buddies with.
Okay.
He did every Pantera record.
Wow.
So every day we could get a new Pantera story.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
It's definitely got to feel good to be included in the list of those artists.
Yeah, that's another thing we wanted. When he does a record, 9 times out of 10, it's the record that defines a band.
Yeah.
The record that, when people look back on the band 10, 20 years afterwards, that's the record that defines them. That's what we wanted with this record. So we wanted to bring the songs that we wrote and give them to someone who we thought would be.
Yeah, like Deftones' White Pony. Like,
Yeah.
that was the album that defined them. So how can you describe the new album?
The new album is a really raw album for us. We wanted a record that was pretty much, we could show up just like we did in the old days. We could show up with the 5 members, a drum kit, 2 guitars, the bass, and me and Levi's vocal mics, and we can create every single piece of music that's on the record.
Okay.
So we wanted it to be as close to the live environment as we could without cheating and just doing a live record.
Yeah, not overproducing it.
We really wanted it to be a reflection of what the band sounds like now.
Okay.
Because what the band sounds like now and what the band sounded like in 2009, of course, are not the same.
Totally.
We're still a metal band, but the types of songs we write compared to the types of songs we wrote then are a lot different. So that style of recording that we were doing back then doesn't suit the kind of songs that we wrote. So.
Yeah, I definitely noticed on this album, it's kind of got like an early 2000s metal vibe, kind of like Kill Switch or like Atreyu, kind of along the lines of that. Was that a conscious decision going into it, or is that just what came out?
I think it's just what came out. I mean, that obviously, being that those bands are the ones that in middle school and high school, and everyone's learning their instruments and stuff. That time frame is when we were growing up. That's what we were listening to.
Yeah.
So that's what was exploding then. So as we get older, I think you have the things that inspire you, and the music that inspires you just changes as you get older. I mean, it's like that for every person in the world. Something you might like one minute might not be something you like another minute.
Yeah,
Will you always come back to stuff down the road?
But you have your phases.
Yeah, and I think it's the same way when you write music. For us, we don't try to go into the records and choose a sound and be like, let's nail that. This time especially, we were just like, we're going to write 10 songs. They're going to be 10 good songs, or they're not going to make the record. And that's what we did. We just worked really hard until we thought that the songs were cool.
Yeah.
And then that was really exciting.
Yeah. Because you just said like the 10 songs, but there's actually 4 bonus tracks. There's 2 on a Target release and 2 on the Best Buy release. Why did those songs not make the cut? Or
we wanted the number 10. We just wanted 10 of the strongest tracks. But it actually got down to the point where we were getting close to having 12.
Yeah.
We just were undecided on what one should make and what one shouldn't. And basically the idea behind the releasing them is it just gives each outlet that's willing to sell an advanced record another incentive to work with the band and be excited about the record. You know, because just like anything else, we want to make all the people that are trying to sell the record for us excited about the record as well. So with having so many songs this time, it was just cool to be able to give. I think what we did is we gave Target 2 of the bonus songs and Best Buy 2.
Yeah.
So it's cool too because it gives the fans something more exciting as well. Like we try to come up with as many ideas as we can to come up with unique packages.
Yeah.
So you can get something that is, you know, whether it's a T-shirt design or we put stickers and fake tattoos in some of the records. Like we try to come up with limited pressings of as many little things as we can because it hopefully makes the fans a little bit more excited because there's something else to try.
Because like that's what I've noticed lately is a lot of bands are actually doing really cool pre-order packages to get people excited about the album and everything. So, and one of the things you guys have mentioned about this album is it's a fan-based album. It was based off of like letters the fans had written you, and this was your response to them, or?
Yeah, well, writing the records as quick as we have the last few years, you know, we like to try and make sure we don't come back to topics and repeat them too many times. You know, we keep them interesting, new exciting things coming along. And for us, we felt like the coolest thing. We wanted to make this a record about the fans and find another way to reach out to fans that have followed the band for a long time. So we chose things that Levi gets in letters from fans, things that they've struggled with, that maybe a song that they loved from the band or a record that they loved was helpful to them. So we just chose those and used those topics and then wrote our lyrics that way.
And how did the album art actually come into play, like the whole tattoo that a fan actually got?
Well, the tattoo was starting to show up anyway.
Okay.
At shows, and that just blew our mind.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy.
It's got to feel
cool.
unreal.
Yeah, it's hard to explain how crazy that is when someone comes up to you with something like that. So when that was just happening, it was so exciting for us. So we wanted to showcase how cool we thought that was. And we also wanted to, again, find a way to tie it in with the fan, do something cool. So we decided to just get a great tattoo artist to do it on a fan, and then we just did it as a contest. And then we chose the fan, flew him out for the tattoo. While he was getting the tattoo, they took the photos for the album cover, and then at the same time they shot the
music video
clips.
Yeah.
So he ended up on the record cover, and then he ended up on the music video. And that's how it's coming to shows.
That's definitely awesome. So actually, it was just announced that you've been nominated for AP's Best Bassist Award.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's inaugural AP award.
Yeah.
How does that feel, man?
That's awesome. I posted a tweet about it the other day. I don't think I can get the whole thing out because it was so freaking long. But in high school, I would buy AP, and they had a little section in the beginning where they would show your favorite band's gear and all that stuff. And that's when I started nerding out on AP. So I bought it all through high school. I learned about Warped Tour, which is crazy because that's exactly how a lot of our fans happened. They read AP and then they saw the band on Warped Tour, that sort of thing. So to be in the inaugural actual award show, be nominated for something like that's pretty cool. And the category is full of awesome musicians that I'm already friends with and awesome bands. So it's good company to be in.
It's definitely got to be kind of a humbling experience.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's cool. It's an honor for everybody in the category, I'm sure. Like I said, whenever stuff like that happens, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm always thankful, very stoked for it.
For sure.
Very cool stuff.
So, as fans know, you're totally covered in tattoos. Have you gotten any new tattoos?
I'm getting my chest, and I'm gonna try to get my chest from here to here down to my stomach here colored.
That's gonna be rough.
Yeah, the day before we play Philadelphia. So if you're in Philadelphia and you see us and I'm moving like a grandpa, it's because I'm in pain. But we have a day off the day before, and I'll give it a shot. We'll see how far I get. I'm wussing out as I get older. I could sit for a really long. I heard that that's what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
As you get older, and it's definitely true. As I get older, the amount of time I can sit and get tattooed willingly just gets shorter and shorter.
Just gradually decreases. Yeah. So to end this, is there anything that you want to let the fans know? Any last words that you want to say?
Yeah. New album in stores. You get it at Target, you get 2 bonus tracks, or you get it at Best Buy, you get 2 other bonus tracks.
Or pick up both and get 4 bonus tracks.
Or pick up both and get 4 bonus tracks. He's brilliant. He's on his game.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, or you can go to iTunes, download it immediately. You can listen to it on Spotify before you want to buy it. But basically, just buy the new album because it's awesome.